Happy Tuesday, beautiful people. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. This is LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I believe Harry's somewhere floating in the ether. Merry Christmas in July. I have a tradition in my family. My children are very young. My children are very young. We used to do Christmas in July. And actually, we still kind of do it. This year, it got away from me yesterday. But I would always call, now that they're grown up, I call them and we check in or whatever. But the idea is it's 6 months out from Christmas. And so we just always we'd always say we need a little Christmas right this very minute. And so we would put up a few ornaments in July on the 25th for Christmas in July. And sometimes I get them little gifts, or sometimes they make little gifts, or sometimes it'd be some kind of exchanging of gifts. And we'd bake Christmas cookies and we'd put on Christmas music. And we would just celebrate. Not all day, but usually around dinner or whenever July 25th fell around. And so this morning I get a text from them reminding me of Christmas in July, which I thought was very sweet. And then I sent them a picture, a little image of Christmas in July. Merry Christmas in July. Because at any given time, my children are estranged from one another for whatever reason. Either two of them are not speaking, or one of them is not speaking, or four of them are at odds with all four of them, or sometimes they're all together happy. So anyway, I'm grateful for the reminder of Christmas in July. So Merry Christmas in July. Merry Christmas in July. So I'm excited, and I appreciate the sentiment. Because when things get a little crazy or difficult, you need these kinds of moments to sort of lift your spirits. I'm good. Don't you worry, I'm good. I'm just saying, there have been many a times where, you just like, oh God, I don't know how I'm gonna make a way out of, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through. I don't know how to do it. And then some kind of miracle, which is every day, happens. And things are never as bad as they are in your own mind. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some bad things in the world. And believe me, I've had experience of them. But in these moments, there are things that we just sort of imagine that are going to be worse than what they actually are. And so these moments where you can celebrate Christmas in July is one of those moments where, okay, I got this. I got this. I got this. So I've got a guest at 10:15 who I'm delighted to have on. And she is one of these powerful New York women who is married to a very powerful cat. And I'm just so delighted to have Sylvia Lewis on. She launched this film fest last year called Auntie-Land Film Fest. And I'm just so, I watched it. I caught some of it when it launched last year, and now it's back for a second year. I love all these women that are launching these wonderful things. Ife with Lit Fest, and Sylvia Lewis, director on Auntie-Land Film Festival. So her name is Sylvia Wong Lewis. Her and her wonderful husband, who was the founder of I forgot the name of this PR firm out of Chicago. I want to say Worldwide. I got to look it up. But you'll know him when I say his name. But anyway, I'm just focusing on her. So Sylvia Wong Lewis celebrated Real Aunties Day on March 8th. More Than Your Parents, Siblings, and Genealogy. And so they use this holiday to bring back all the realness together, especially for Black and brown and tan families and communities. So she's a writer, she's a philanthropist, she's just an all-around badass. And Auntie Land Film Festival is just a pretty interesting uh, idea. The idea is centered around, you know what? There are some of us old dogs that are doing cool stuff and should be showcased in films. And so that's what they do. And I can't wait. So so I'll talk more about that when she comes on. I won't spill all the beans yet. I don't wanna spill all the beans. So, but I just want you to know who's coming on and what she's gonna talk about. And I think you'll be impressed. I met her some years ago. This is how I met all these women. We have a mutual friend who invited me into New York to have lunch at Sylvia's house with her husband somewhere in Tribeca. Swanky, swanky, swanky place. Swanky, black. You know, ain't nothing swankier than black swanky. So my girlfriend, Patton, invited me to come to New York. I don't even know how I did this because my friend Patricia Patton invited me to come to New York for lunch to meet North Carolina poet laureate Jackie Shelton Green. And so I did. And you know, this was at the height of the hip pain in both hips. I hadn't even had surgery. I was hobbling around, and this was before I even had the cane. So this was a level of pain that was just unconscionable. But anyway, I got on a train, I went, made my way there, met some incredible women. Patricia Patton is friends with Marianne, who owns Janae Thompson in Marrakesh. So this is how I got it. This is how I got on everybody's radar, just from this meetup with these sisters. And so Jackie Shelton, poet laureate, was in town to speak at Barnard to give a talk or something or other, and or to do some workshops or something around poetry or something. And so that's how I met her. And so we all follow each other on Facebook and Instagram. So we talk to each other all the time on social media. That's what I love. That's why I don't understand people who have these very toxic relationships on social media. I guess if you fill your space with all that foolishness, you'll get that foolishness. I don't have any of that. My Facebook page, Instagram page is very curated. I think I have more people sitting in my queue than in actual in my feed. Because I'm not really interested in a gazillion people. I treat my Facebook like I treat the porch. You know what I mean? Like I keep it tight and well rounded, you know. And if I see stupid stuff, I just get rid of it. I don't know, you know. I have this conversation with Andrew all the time. He's like, oh, you know, he just thinks, oh, it's just people being fake and jaded, and you know, everybody's showing off how their life is and how good it is. I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? Because I'm like, yeah, my friends are doing good stuff, but it's celebratory. I don't follow the Kardashians or any of these influence people. I don't follow any of that. So I have no way of knowing unless somebody shares it in the feed and I come across it. But for the most part, I don't, first of all, I don't do comparative stuff. I'm a little too old for that. And second of all, I don't really concern myself with celebrity. Now, don't get me wrong. There I like a little celebrity gossip every now and again. not as a steady diet. I don't understand the steady. I mean, unless your business is celebrity gossip, why? I, my life ain't. It used to be when I was doing entertainment public relations. I had to stay on top of all the people that were in our register, but I've just found that exhausting. I don't even know. I can't even go back to those days. I wouldn't know what to do now if I had to babysit celebrities. You know what? I treat them like they're aunties. You don't get somewhere and sit your asses down. Shut up. That's why I'm not in that business anymore. Because I was just being, I was like, what are you doing? And I know what it's about. I know what it's about. So they could feign, oh, look, whatever. Anyway. Sylvia Lewis is coming on at 10:15. I'm excited to talk to her because I haven't really talked to her since I've been in her house. And she's vegan. And so when we were there for lunch, they had made this wonderful, wonderful spread. I was like, go ahead, girl. So every time she shoots up pictures of her garden and then all the food that she cooks. I'm like, I'm always threatening to run back to New York and pop by her house and eat. I mean that. Like, girl, when I'm in New York, I'm coming over for all that good food that you be making because he really puts it in. So anyway, that's the conversation today. I get to see Dan Fitzmaurice this morning. I mean, this afternoon. We're having lunch. I'm so delighted because I want to hear everything what he's doing over at Arts for the Americans or Americans for the Arts, and how that's going, and and to talk a few things about Arts Council kind of stuff, just to catch up, that kind of thing. And if you're in Westville tonight, I don't know, around 5-6 o'clock, House of Salsa, Alicia's House of Salsa, they do those free classes. And by classes, I mean, it's an all-out party, salsa party over there in Westville Central, right there in that little space that they took over between Central and Whaley. That's a good space. Yeah, and they have a bona fide DJ, and then they walk across the street over to Delaney's for beers and whatever else. And it's such a good time. So I don't know if I get there today because I'm in the midst of a serious reorganization project of my kitchen. Lord Black Jesus. So when I moved in 3 years ago, picture this. Let me go all Golden Girl Sophia. Picture this. 2019. I move into the apartment. I move into the apartment with hips that are badly, badly in need of repair. So we just put everything in the kitchen. I knew I was getting prepared for these surgeries, back-to-back hip surgeries. They were 4 or 5 months apart. So the kitchen, really, I just needed it functional, and that's what it was. But now that the hips are done, now that the hips are done, the kitchen is not functionable. It's junky. So junky in the sense that there were boxes that were still unopened, kitchen stuff still unpacked. Seriously, since I moved in. And it makes sense because, as I said, when I moved in pre-pandemic, and in a lot of pain, I couldn't get around to do all the things. Now I can. So anyway, I'm not going to go to the House of Salsa party at Westville today. Although I have gone and partied and I'm in the video. I'll go probably next week or whenever I could go. Listen, it's every Tuesday. I'll get there. But not today because I got to finish this. I got to get this kitchen situated because it really is getting on my nerves. And then move on to the rest of this apartment. I like to go into the fall with my artwork up and things hung and, just a better sense of organization, really. That's really better sense of organization. So that it feels like, home. This is where this is where I'm going to be. Unless I win millions of dollars. Yeah. And if I win $1 million, guess where I'll be? Right here. Because $1 million ain't what it used to be. $1 million ain't like it was in, the days of Rockefeller. $1 million will barely pay your rent. So I just want y'all to know that. I think word on the street might be around today. I don't know. We'll see. If not, then maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got a short morning. I'm doing my 9 o'clock set, and I think maybe Paul Bass might sit in for the 10 o'clock set. I'm not sure, or they'll play a rerun. So we'll see. We shall see. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm here today, and I understand it's beautiful out, and I didn't get up this morning the way I wanted to. I was up, but I wasn't up. So, you know. So what I think I'm gonna do is I found the tea, the CBD tea that I like and has the highest concentration. And I get it over at the Chibasso people's new place on Orange Street. What is the name of the damn place? I don't know. I don't think it says Elm. I don't think it's that. I forgot what it's called. But it's a great space. I love it. But they carry the tea. And it's a little pricey, but I bought 2 tins of it, I don't know, like last month. And I almost forgot that I had it. So tonight, I'm going to have a little tea and take my little butt to bed a little early because I could feel myself fall into this pattern of not going to sleep until about 2 o'clock in the morning and then not waking up and then wake up again at 4, 5 o'clock and feel rested. But I know that's, I know myself. Not rested enough to want to get up and go do stuff. So what I want to do is have a little tea around 8 o'clock tonight. By 10, 11 o'clock, lights out. That's the game plan. I'm just saying. Do you know this September, the Obama Portraits Tour comes to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston for 8 weeks. I might try to go see that. I don't really love Boston, but it might be fun to go. Hey, Harry. Paul, do you know Red Lento is open in, the other store, the other restaurant is open in just outside of Boston. So that would make me go to Boston too, to go to the Museum of Fine Arts to see the Obama portraits, but also go eat at Red Lento because that was some of the best vegan food I've ever had in my life. So anyway, happy Tuesday. Yes, I can hear you. Why? Are you in the New Haven studio? Oh, Nora. So is there no word on the street, or she just gonna go in the hallway and grab somebody? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, do your civic duty. Well, I tell you, I got kicked off. I got escorted out. I didn't know what was happening, Harry. They were like, "Do you know?" They asked the question at the end when you go through you get to voir dire, and they're like, "Do you know this? This is the case. Do you know any of these people?" I was like, out of the 4 people, I knew 3 of them. I was like, "Is this gonna be my life from now on?" Like, so they were like, "Harry, you know the other thing I say? You can say whatever you want." They say, "Harry, you can say whatever you want. You're gonna do this jury duty." Paul said he had the same thing happen to him and you the judge. Paul, you and I and a few other people in this town are never going to do jury duty. And they don't even ask you how you know this person. Like, did you sleep with this person? Like, are they your neighbors? Like, how do you know them? There's like, oh, you just know them? Yes, I do. Wait, you know anybody that robbed somebody? You know anybody that sell pot? You know anybody? Like, everybody? Oh, Harry, that is too funny. For listen, for your sanity and our keeping our money in our pockets and we have to bail you out of jail. Is everybody gonna want to fight you? Say that because you're muted. Your mute sign is up on the screen, but I hear you. What is that about? But your face, your Zoom is muted.
The wrong thing is muted.
Yeah.
There you go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. All right. So, oh, let me fix the video also. If the person who told me they couldn't hear me can now say they can hear me, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm fixing the video now. So what's up, Babz?
It's all good.
What's good in the neighborhood?
It's good. It's it's Tuesday. I think there's a little bit of humidity, although the humidity comes back tomorrow. Did y'all get rain in Waterbury, Harry? We did not get rain.
I don't think we did. We got cloudy, but no, not really. I think it was a passing quick shower.
I don't even think we got any showers. And we were waiting for like a downpour. I was like, what is happening? So,
well, the drought is on.
It is.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here from afar. Here I go.
Yes, your thing is still muted, Harry, but I hear you, but on your screen it's muted.
I'm messing up the video right now.
You know what? I think you have to unmute that part. I think that's the culprit.
No, because I think they hear me now. I'm not getting anything. Oh, yep, they hear me now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was just she had me muted on that end. It's different. But yeah. So one of the stories I didn't get to yesterday, Babz, is that Vladimir, our friend.
Is Vladimir. That his first name?
Yeah. Vladimir Putin.
That's a common name, right? That's very common.
Zelensky's name is something like that. It's like a Vladimir or something like that. It's just
right.
A different variation of Vladimir. But so he's been using body doubles. And Putin.
Well, right? Didn't he? I think he had to have some kind of surgery or something, right?
Well, you see, that's the thing. And I've been telling some guy that, who's a Putin fan. I'm like, Putin looks heavy one day and lighter the next day. I said, I think he's using a body double. And then yesterday a story came out that they suspect that he is using body doubles.
Well, he got some health challenges.
Yeah, so Because that's the thing that they're saying. Oh, he's not sick. Look, he's out and about. Yeah, but look at him. He's a different weight on different different days.
Don't look too close though.
Well, I don't know. We should be saying that we notice.
I know. I know.
I've been noticing for a while. He looked different. He
Harry, we gonna get in trouble.
he don't look like the same guy that was 21 feet away from the next guy on the table. That was
Oh,
Putin. That was suspicious Putin.
Paul says Stalin used to do the same thing. I would imagine that they all would do that, right? Like you kind of have to have some kind of bait and switch plan,
Well,
right?
well,
Like,
the good news is that Biden doesn't have COVID. It's his body double that has COVID. So Biden's cool. Don't worry, people.
he's fine. He done took the little pills. He's good. He's good.
Nah, he's doing fine. He's like quadruple vaccinated, and with all the antiviral medications we have these days,
Listen,
he's good.
I think I'd be more worried if he had monkeypox.
Well,
I'm
you know,
worried about this monkeypox, Harry.
I was actually telling Karen and I were discussing this morning as we walked in. I mean, drove in. I was telling her, okay, COVID you could get from anybody, right? Because this thing is airborne. The guy coughs. He could be 28 feet away, and that COVID will fly its way to your side of the room, right? So, but for some reason, nobody cares about COVID anymore, right? But
Well, because
now,
they're mass fatigued, Harry.
but monkeypox actually takes physical contact, right?
Yeah,
So,
and that kind of vary. What does that mean? Like,
well, here's the thing, right? So it's either sexual contact, which is an obvious one, right? Or somebody with an open pore, what I mean, an open sore or something that you touch, right? So
just touching people with open sores.
I mean, well, it doesn't have to be like, let's say I'm covering it with my shirt, right? And I scratch it, and then I go and shake your hand.
Oh
Same
my
thing.
God, Harry! You
It's true.
please. I'm never shaking nobody's hand the rest of my life. So there's
So
that part.
I was telling Karen this morning, fist bumps are the thing. If somebody reaches out to shake your hand, fist
Yeah,
bump, because you don't know what they've been scratching, which
yeah,
sounds worse.
yeah.
So I wish I could put the camera on Nora right now.
Why? Because she's grossed out.
No, because she has her new LoveBabz LoveTalk hat just to rub it
Oh,
into
does she?
Angel.
Is she that cute? Oh, you gotta take a picture of her.
Well, it's just to rub it into Angel. That somebody got a hat, but he didn't. But
Oh, happy birthday to Miko Jackson, Dr. Tamiko
happy
Jackson
happy birthday.
MacArthur. Happy birthday. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Happy
So yes, so the
birthday.
fist bump is the way to go, Babs. No shaking
I'm
hands.
never shaking people's hands.
Um,
That just
they
grosses me out,
sent
Harry.
me a form yesterday from jury duty, and it
Yeah.
says if I feel sick, if I feel this, if I feel that, if I feel, don't come in. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I mean, I could feel that every day, every day of my life. I have allergies. So does that
You know what
disqualify me?
you could just go there, Harry, and just sniffle a little bit.
Sniffle, cough.
Ooh. Oh.
Well, I'm liable to do that. I could sneeze at any moment, right? So I have allergies. So anyway, so
Well,
we'll see. I mean, with they're kind of telling you don't come in, right? Or make an excuse not to come in. But
well,
no,
they're so desperate to get these trials, to get these juries picked. I mean, it's just a lot. So, try to do your part.
so why not do it by Zoom, right?
That might be challenging.
Because I'd be a good juror by Zoom. I could, you know, eat popcorn as I see the testimonies and
Oh Lord.
be like,
See, that's the problem. You
law
know,
and
we done
order.
American Idoled everything.
Hey, make it easier for me.
We're living in this American Idol world of so-called reality TV and foolishness that we've forgotten how to be in community with one another. Just got to do it.
I don't know. I saw this morning I was looking at the COVID numbers, and New Haven County is a hotspot here in Connecticut.
Yeah,
So we're
and
up, I think,
no one is
17%.
nobody is ringing any alarms. We're just gonna go along. We're just gonna
So 17%, right?
we
Increase in
just
the last
we
week.
just gonna go along, Harry. You know,
Well, I don't
if
know,
the ma-
Babs. I
listen,
mean,
if the mayor's not concerned about it,
should we treat? Look, I'm just saying this. Don't ban me. Don't. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just saying, should we just say it's like a cold and just move on?
well,
Um,
Harry, people are saying that.
I mean, I know. Look. I come into the studio, right? So it's the number is 17% up, right? So I'm in danger of catching it every time I walk in to these studios. There's always somebody sneezing, hacking. I think Paul has sinus problems himself, so he's always, with his watery nose. Um, there's other people here who always have a cough, a constant cough. So it's an impossibility not to deal. What am I supposed to do? Stay home forever?
If aside from the fact that people are dying from this still,
Well, okay. Well, what's the alternative though? Stay home?
eh, eh,
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds good.
like you know, we all gotta go. I mean, I think that's people's attitude, Harry. Listen. If it's my time, it's my time. Now, I personally don't feel that way. I'm doing all that I can do to stay safe. I'm pretty safe. But for the rest of you mere mortals, it's not safe. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but if you look at the numbers, right? So we are, we're up. Yeah, we're up. Connecticut's up.
Where is Marissa Bond on this? Is she still the health person?
Yeah.
She's still working?
Well, we have her PSA every day.
They ain't cut a new PSA, nothing, no word, nothing. Any
So, but
updates from the city
but no, you
about
look
any
at
of
the
this?
numbers, Baz. We're a hotspot for cases, but not for deaths. So
Oh, okay. Well, there's your answer.
right. So it's like, what should we pay attention to more right now? The fact that we're not dying, but we're catching it, but we're not dying. So there's that.
Uh, Let me tell you something. I had a good conversation yesterday. I'm just gonna go over to a whole nother topic. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this COVID stuff. We gonna just be in it. Um, so yesterday, I had to get my unofficial transfers from my college. So I had applied for a divinity school a year ago, 2 years ago, and they were like, "Oh, we sent your transcripts to that school." I was like, "Oh no, this is for something else. I just need an unofficial transcript." So they were kind of confused, so they called me, and so the president of the college called me. She used to be my roommate back in Charlotte. We had an apartment together. I had forgotten all about that, Harry, and she reminded me. I couldn't remember a damn thing. I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm Tracy. I was Tracy Hardiman then, and I was just Barbara Rawls at that particular time." So she reminded me that we lived together in Charlotte. I was like, "Yes, we did." Now she's Dr. Fleming's. So, woo! Thank God there was no social media in those days. Now that I remember, very this my generation was very saved. Thank you very much. That's all I'm gonna say, Harry. So I was saved. I was spared. Spared, spared, spared. Anyway, back to COVID.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to higher the volume in the studio.
You gotta hire. back to back to back to existing, non-existing COVID, where we are acting as though it does not exist in the world. I guess this is I guess this is people's way of saying you're not gonna this is my resilience. Do you know what I mean? Like this is how I'm gonna deal with it. Cause what else is there? People are adamant that they don't want a mask, you know, and they don't want to take any other precautions.
Well, I bought myself a new mask yesterday. But only because it's cool, right? So it's more like a villain mask that is like the guy who was fighting Batman. It's more like a villain mask. So
What do you mean? Like a mask that'll get your ass killed if you wore it in the street?
no, 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 no. I don't want the police to stop me. I'm not gonna wear it in the street anyway.
I was like, well, because that's the only mask I can think of. That's the only kind of villain I can think of.
No, no. I'll wear it here, right? Because, in lieu of wearing a spacesuit. That's what I would like to do, right? So, like, I came out this
Harry,
morning.
I think you should just go ahead and buy one because you've
A
been itching to
spacesuit, right?
buy one
The
since the
problem is,
beginning
Babs,
of the pandemic.
the problem is that the guy who shot in Uvalde, I think it is, or the Buffalo one. Anyway, one of those mass killers, they wore a spacesuit to school, right? So I don't think I want to be in that company,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, so I don't know, but I'm gonna wear the mask when I get it, just cause I don't know. I left the house this morning and whatever allergy, I don't know if it's pollen or ragweed, whatever it is that's out there, is causing me to itch a lot. So
You said causing you to itch.
yeah, so just the air is making me itch.
Mm.
So I'm hoping monkeypox isn't in the air. If I start
Mm.
itching under my armpits, and
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't.
Like a monkey scratching on the
I don't
arm.
know. I don't know. I don't know what to say to you, Harry. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Anyway,
All right, let me see.
what else is going on? God, the time is flying by.
Well, I was reading an article this morning about what you're allowed to take on the plane,
What do you mean?
and because people,
They changed it, changed the rules?
well, this reporter, she got on a plane, and uh, the what is it, TSA worker,
Uh-huh.
he went into her bag and he pulled out her vibrator and said, "What
Ooh.
is this?" And she said, "It's a sex toy." He said, "Oh, you could go." So,
Well, I mean, what else is he gonna do? He know what that. I mean, Harry, you really want to just be holding on to somebody's sex toy? What are you
well,
gonna
but
do
the
with
thing
that?
is that so they don't allow certain things with batteries on the plane, right? So they don't allow like a vape pen. They don't allow I forgot what it is that some cell phones were bursting and everything. So they were restricting a lot of stuff that they feel may explode. So how about your vibrator? Is that
It's not explosive.
well,
Might cause an explosion of some sort, but that's usually not.
that's neither here nor there.
It's not that explosion.
Right. So they still so right. So they won't allow you in with more
Who the
than,
hell is traveling with a vibrator? I don't understand that at all.
well, I mean,
I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't travel because I know they have to check my luggage. I would not travel with it.
The thing is that do you really
That
have
would just
to?
freak me out.
Do you really have to lift it up in the air and embarrass the person? Not that she was embarrassed. She's like, yeah, it's mine. Yeah, I travel with it.
What
But
color was it?
but she but she was saying that so 4 ounces they won't allow you to travel with more than 4 ounces of guacamole. Um,
What?
because it's considered a liquid. So
Guacamole?
yeah.
Have they had guacamole?
Well, the thing is that you never know what people could put. That's the weird thing. It depends, right? It depends what you
Are
could
there
take
any
it.
cases of exploding guacamole? I'm just
And the
curious.
the weird thing is that they take your water bottle as you're walking in, right? They dump it, and then you could buy a water bottle on the other end, right? It's weird in the airport.
I know I stopped taking because I have a CPAP machine and I used to take distilled water because it takes distilled water. And they would every time I would go, Harry, they were like, I don't care where. And then they would check it and they would go, yes, this is distilled water. And then they would pour it out. After they checked it. It was almost like like I was on the playground and they were mean kids. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like
right?
the TSA were the mean kids.
They're deciding whether to arrest you. Oh, they go, oh yeah, we're not gonna arrest her. This is really distilled water, but you
And
still
pour it
can't have
out.
it. But you still can't have it.
You still can't have it. So now when I get to my destination, I gotta hunt, distilled water.
Yeah, it was the same thing when Bella was a baby that they spent like 15 minutes going over her baby bottle. And it was like, really? We'll just dump the bottle.
Because the people that are terrorists, Harry, they're not being that detailed.
No, but we'll just dump the bottle. My daughter was like, I breastfeed. That's breast milk. So if you want to dump it, dump it. I'll just, attach it to my breast on the plane.
Mm.
You know,
And what would you prefer?
right? But
Because somebody's
they
gonna
ended up
complain.
dumping the breast milk, by the way.
Oh God. They don't have any rules about that.
I guess we could have, because it has to be less than 4 ounces. I guess we could have just dumped less, until it got to.
So can you go 4 ounce each container? Like 12,000 4 ounce containers? Or is it, you see, you see my logic, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, so that's why now if you go to any pharmacy or anything, they sell you the bottles
yes.
exactly right under the 4 ounce mark, so you could
Well,
take it
that's
in.
what I used. Well, that's what I started doing, Harry. I have 4 or 5 bottles of distilled water, just enough to get me through a night in case I can't find distilled water where I'm going.
you,
Swear to God.
you just have that's just insane. But yeah, there's certain things, right? It's like they still make you take off your shoes
Stupid.
because that one guy tried to light his
One guy,
shoes.
Harry. One guy.
Yep.
One guy got us stripping. I'm surprised they don't play music at these things. Strip club music and allow people to throw dollars at you. You got to undo your buckle.
Your
You got to.
belt and everything.
So I have to tell them all the time. I told them the last time I went in, since I had both hips done, I said, well, I got titanium hips. And they was like, yeah, we can see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing that it's just too much. It's too much. I remember I read a story years ago where they made a woman with fake breasts take them off, take off those, the outer implants.
Well, they're not fake. I wouldn't call them fake.
Right. I
would
don't know how to call
them,
it. I apologize if I offended anyone out
yes,
there. But
prosthesis.
yeah. So they made her take them off in front of everybody there.
Because they don't care. And
Now,
Harry, I mean, they have a job to do. And I know they're like, listen, ma'am, if it's up to me, I wouldn't even care. But
right, and it's
if
like
I don't do this, I might lose my job.
yeah,
Right.
but
So
you see it in the X-ray machine, right? So she literally has no breast. So what else would those things be? Don't you have to use some common sense?
We are at a very, we are at an all-time premium low.
Or checking a baby's diapers? People have
Harry,
complained about that.
we are at an all-time low for common sense.
I wouldn't change my baby's diaper if they want to check their diaper, right? Just let
Oof,
them check this. So it,
oof.
it, it is weird. It's weird. It's still that we're still at that. It's like, there has to be technology where we shouldn't have to do any of this stuff.
What do they do in other countries? I go to other countries. I don't have this problem. I go to other countries, Harry. It's not this tenuous.
Well,
So I don't know why our stuff is so. I don't get it. But travel we must.
yeah, travel. So,
Travel we
but so
may.
so anyway, it's good to know you could travel with your vibrator, but not your vape pen. So there you go. That's a PSA right there.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not the same. One of these things is not like the
But but
other.
but a professional who was responding to that article I read said the best thing to do is to carry a vibrator in a hard case because the some of the
That,
vibrators are
that sounds funny.
because a lot of the vibrators are sensitive. The buttons are sensitive, so you get a vibrating in your suitcase. That's why they end up checking a lot of them.
Who the hell's traveling with the
Well, obviously a lot of people because they're
batteries in the
so
vibrator?
separate the batteries from the vibrator. I don't think they like you to carry batteries on the plane either. So just take your unless you're planning on using the vibrator on the plane.
Oh my God, where? In that tight ass bathroom?
I don't know, Babs. Have you seen some of those people take off their socks? They have their funky toes out on the plane. It's like, what in the world? It's just some people are just
Harry, I
disgusting.
don't even like to walk barefoot outside, like in my house half the time.
Yeah.
So I know damn well I'm not gonna be barefoot on no janky ass plane where 50 million people have walked their funky feet.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I see
Nope.
plenty of.
I know. I see them too, Harry. They come down the gangplank barefoot,
Yeah, it's like, what the?
and then into the airport. Ugh! And I'm just like trolling them. Oh my God, that's disgusting. I've seen people go in public bathrooms with bare feet. Because they tell you can't do that, but white people can do what they want to do. Ooh, Harry, that just grossed me out to no end. What is this gross me out morning?
Well, yeah. It's just a weird. It was just weird reading that this morning because I thought it was gonna
Okay.
be. I mean, it's still a serious article, but it's in the New York Times. It's still I shouldn't say it's not a serious article,
Do they have
but
a running list of stuff that you shouldn't bring on the airline? Is
yeah,
vibrators one of them?
no. Most vibrators are allowed. E-cigarettes are not allowed. The vape pens and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
A good thing to know is a toy sword is not allowed. Right?
A toy sword?
Yeah, not allowed. Toy lightsaber. Right. I know you Star Wars fans.
But what if you're going to a Star Wars convention? You need your lightsaber.
Well, mail it to the hotel that you're gonna stay in, which is actually the best thing to do, right? So mail your luggage, mail your clothes ahead of time, and then mail it
I'd
back.
be afraid to mail my luggage. Like I know people do that. I couldn't do it. This is why I take carry on and I pack very light.
Right. And here's an important one: don't take any antlers on the plane. Who's taking antlers on a plane, Babs?
What do you mean antlers?
Antlers. So
Like from
deer.
it, like a deer.
pe- If they got it listed as something you don't take on the plane, that means somebody's taking it on the plane.
You mean like to a Viking convention? I'm just trying.
Oh, wait a minute. So how did that guy who got busted on January 6th, how did he get those antlers over there to Washington, D.C.?
Did he drive? He must have driven.
He must have, because they don't allow that stuff on the plane. Can you raise the megaseg volume?
Maybe he shifted. Maybe. All right, we gotta make the call. Let us take a break, and then we come back with Sylvia Lewis from Auntie-Land Film Festival. That is too funny, Harry.
Hold on. Let me do something here. So you're listening to LoveBabz Love Talk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. I forgot what we do, Babz.
We're so caught up in vibrators.
I'm New Haven Health Director Maritza Babz.
All right, we'll be right back.
If you or your family have COVID-19 symptoms or think you were exposed to someone with COVID, quarantine, stay home, and get tested on day 5 if possible. If you have COVID, isolate, wear a mask, vaccinate, get boosted, and test it as needed. Those are the best ways to stop the spread of COVID. At this time, we are vaccinating everyone ages 5 and up. Stay safe, New Haven, for all of us.
Okay.
Naomi y Natasha Vélez de Movimiento Cultural saben que vacunarse contra el COVID es protegerse y volver a hacer lo que tanto aman.
We was ready for the vaccine since the beginning. Vacunadas, podemos viajar, podemos bailar, podemos compartir con nuestra familia y amigos. We feel safe now. Ya no queremos más muerte. Vacúnate y vive sin miedo. Vacúnate, Connecticut. Connecticut, get your shot.
Un mensaje del Departamento de Salud Pública de Connecticut.
I wanna dance all night, Monday morning, and I'm sick of this job already. When Tuesday gets here, I'm already hoping for the hump day. Wednesday night, calling my girls, making sure our plans are still tight. Thursday brings a smile, 'cause I won't be putting up with this.